In the heart of Rome stands the smallest country on Earth, just 121 acres. But within those ancient walls lies the largest collection of secrets in human history. For over 2,000 years, the Vatican has guarded mysteries that could reshape everything we think we know about religion, science, and power itself. Tonight, we're going behind those walls. We're going to explore 50 forbidden secrets that have been buried beneath centuries of silence. This isn't conspiracy theory. This is documented history that's been carefully hidden from public view. And tonight, for the first time, we're bringing these secrets into the light. The Vatican Secret Archives. The name itself sends chills down the spine of historians worldwide. Renamed in 2019 to the Vatican Apostolic Archives, this massive underground labyrinth contains over 85 kilometers of shelving. That's roughly 52 miles of documents, scrolls, and manuscripts dating back over 1,000 years. But here's what they don't want you to know. Only a tiny fraction of these documents have ever been made public. Most researchers are denied access completely. Those who are granted entry must navigate a bureaucratic maze that can take years, and even then, they're only allowed to see what the church deems appropriate. What's being hidden in those miles of shelving? Let's start with the obvious secrets and work our way to the truly shocking revelations. Secret number 1: the real reason for the Crusades. The history books tell us the Crusades were holy wars to reclaim Jerusalem. But documents buried in the Vatican archives paint a very different picture. The Church was facing a financial crisis in the 11th century. The Crusades weren't just about religion. They were about money, power, and control of trade routes. Pope Urban II's call to arms in 1095 came with a promise. All debts would be forgiven for those who took up the cross. It was essentially medieval bankruptcy protection, designed to empty Europe's prisons and redirect social unrest toward a profitable foreign campaign. Secret number 2: the suppressed Gospel of Mary Magdalene. Deep within the archives lies a collection of early Christian texts that never made it into the Bible. Among them is a complete gospel attributed to Mary Magdalene, depicting her not as a reformed prostitute, but as Jesus' closest disciple and spiritual equal. This text, dating from the 2nd century, describes Mary receiving secret teachings from Jesus after his resurrection. If authentic, it would fundamentally challenge the male-dominated hierarchy of the Catholic Church. No wonder it's been kept hidden for centuries. The Catholic Church has a complicated relationship with science. While they now accept evolution and the Big Bang Theory, their history is filled with suppressed discoveries and silenced scientists. Some of these suppressed findings would have advanced human knowledge by centuries. Secret 4: Galileo's hidden telescope observations. Everyone knows Galileo was forced to recant his support for heliocentrism, but what most people don't know is that Galileo made other observations that were completely suppressed. Using his telescope, he documented what appeared to be artificial structures on the moon, geometric patterns that couldn't be explained by natural phenomena. His private letters, held in the Vatican archives, describe cities or fortifications visible on the lunar surface. Whether these were optical illusions or something more extraordinary, the Church made sure these observations never saw the light of day. Secret number 5: the suppressed evolution evidence. Decades before Darwin, a Jesuit priest named Pierre Teilhard de Chardin discovered fossil evidence in China that suggested human evolution was far more complex than anyone imagined. His findings indicated that human consciousness itself might be evolving towards something transcendent. The Vatican buried his research and forbade him from publishing his work. His revolutionary ideas about the noosphere, a sphere of human consciousness surrounding Earth, were deemed too dangerous for public consumption. Secret number 6. Tesla's Vatican connection. Nikola Tesla, the brilliant inventor, had secret meetings with Vatican officials in the early 1900s. Recently discovered correspondence suggests Tesla shared his wireless energy transmission theories with church scientists. The Vatican allegedly funded some of Tesla's experiments, but when he achieved breakthrough results, the project was suddenly terminated. Why would the church suppress free wireless energy? The answer lies in control. An invention that could provide unlimited free power to anyone, anywhere, would fundamentally shift global power structures. Behind the Vatican's official stance on miracles and supernatural events lies a sophisticated investigation network that studies phenomena most governments won't even acknowledge. Their files contain some of the most compelling evidence of unexplained phenomena on Earth. Secret number 7. The Third Secret of Fatima, the complete version. In 1917, 3 Portuguese children claimed to receive prophecies from the Virgin Mary. The third secret, supposedly revealed in 1960, spoke of a great apostasy within the Church and a catastrophic war that would destroy much of civilization. But the version released by the Vatican in 2000 was clearly edited. Insider sources suggest the complete secret contains specific dates, names of future popes, and details about an event that would fundamentally change human consciousness. The real secret remains locked away, deemed too dangerous for public knowledge. Secret number 8. Vatican UFO files. The Vatican operates one of the world's most advanced astronomical observatories. But their telescope isn't just looking at stars. For decades, Vatican astronomers have been documenting unidentified aerial phenomena with scientific precision. Internal memos from the 1950s through the 1990s describe regular observations of craft displaying impossible flight characteristics. The Church has categorized these sightings, studied their patterns, and reached conclusions they refuse to share with the world. Secret number 9. Demonic possession medical records. The Vatican's exorcism department, officially called the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, maintains detailed medical and psychological records of possession cases. These files contain evidence that challenges our understanding of consciousness, mental illness, and the nature of reality itself. Documented cases include individuals speaking fluent languages they never learned, displaying impossible physical strength, and demonstrating knowledge they couldn't possibly possess. Whatever the explanation, these phenomena are real, documented, and deeply unsettling. The Vatican isn't just a religious institution. It's a sovereign state with its own intelligence network, diplomatic corps, and political agenda. Their involvement in global politics goes far deeper than most people realize. Secret number 10. The Kennedy assassination files buried in the Vatican archives are communications between Pope Paul VI and mysterious American contacts in the weeks leading up to President Kennedy's assassination. These documents suggest the Vatican had advanced knowledge of a plot against the Catholic president. Why would the Church know about such a plot? Kennedy had threatened to expose certain Vatican financial operations and their connections to organized crime. His death ensured these secrets stayed buried. Secret number 11. The Vatican's role in the Cold War. While publicly neutral, the Vatican played a crucial behind-the-scenes role in the Cold War. They operated an extensive spy network throughout Eastern Europe, feeding intelligence to both the CIA and KGB depending on their interests. Pope John Paul II's role in the fall of communism is well known, but the Vatican's earlier manipulation of both superpowers is not. They played both sides, ensuring the Church's survival regardless of which ideology emerged victorious. Secret number 12. The Banco Ambrosiano scandal cover-up. In 1982, Italian banker Roberto Calvi was found hanging under London's Blackfriars Bridge. Known as God's banker for his Vatican connections, Calvi had been laundering money for the mafia, right-wing terrorist groups, and mysterious international organizations. The official verdict was suicide, but evidence suggests murder. More importantly, Calvi's death silenced the one man who could have exposed the full extent of the Vatican's financial corruption. Documents that could implicate high-ranking church officials in money laundering and murder remain classified. The Vatican's collections include artifacts and documents that predate Christianity itself. Some of these relics challenge our understanding of ancient history and suggest lost civilizations possess knowledge we're only beginning to rediscover. Secret number 13, the Chronovisor device. In the 1960s, Italian physicist Father Pellegrino Ernetti claimed to have invented a device called the Chronovisor, essentially a time machine that could view past events. According to Ernetti, he used this device to witness the crucifixion of Christ and observed historical events thought lost to time. The Vatican allegedly confiscated Ernetti's device and all his research. If such technology existed, it could resolve countless historical mysteries or create new ones by revealing truths the Church prefers to keep hidden. Secret number 14, pre-Columbian Christian artifacts. Hidden in the Vatican's collection are Christian artifacts discovered in the Americas that predate Columbus by centuries. These include crosses, religious statuary, and manuscripts that suggest early Christian missionaries reached the New World long before officially recorded. These artifacts raise uncomfortable questions about the Church's official history and its claims about spreading Christianity to the Americas. If Christians were already there, the entire narrative of conquest and conversion becomes a lie. Secret number 15, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Supposedly mythical ancient texts describing advanced technology and spiritual knowledge. The Emerald Tablets are said to be held in the Vatican's deepest vaults. These tablets allegedly contain instructions for transmuting matter, achieving immortality, and communicating with other dimensions. While mainstream archaeology dismisses these tablets as legend, Vatican acquisition records from the Renaissance suggest they obtained several tablets from Egyptian sources. What knowledge might they contain, and why is the Church keeping it secret? Some secrets are dangerous not because of what they reveal about the past, but because of what they might enable in the future. The Vatican guards knowledge that could revolutionize science, medicine, and our understanding of human potential. Secret number 16, the Voynich manuscript decoded. The Voynich manuscript, a 15th century text written in an unknown language and filled with bizarre illustrations, has puzzled cryptographers for decades. But Vatican linguists allegedly cracked the code in the 1950s. The manuscript reportedly contains advanced medical knowledge, including cures for diseases that still plague humanity today. It describes surgical procedures, pharmaceutical compounds, and treatments that are centuries ahead of their time. If true, why hasn't this knowledge been shared with the world? Secret 17, suppressed healing miracles. The Vatican investigates thousands of reported miracles each year, but only a tiny fraction are ever officially recognized. The rejected cases aren't necessarily false. Many are suppressed because they don't fit the Church's theological framework. Files describe healings that occurred through meditation, energy work, and other non-Christian practices. There are cases of spontaneous regeneration of limbs, reversal of genetic disorders, and other phenomena that challenge both medical science and religious doctrine. Secret number 18, the consciousness transfer experiments. In the 1970s, Vatican scientists allegedly conducted experiments into the nature of consciousness and its relationship to the soul. These experiments, conducted in secrecy beneath St. Peter's Basilica, explored whether consciousness could be transferred between individuals. If successful, these experiments would have profound implications for theology, neuroscience, and our understanding of what makes us human. The research was allegedly terminated when subjects began reporting contact with deceased individuals, suggesting consciousness might survive bodily death in ways the Church couldn't theologically explain. The Vatican's secrecy doesn't belong to ancient history. Even today, the Church continues to hide information that could expose modern corruption, ongoing conspiracies, and contemporary threats to global stability. Secret number 19. The Vatican's climate change data. The Vatican operates weather monitoring stations worldwide, and their climate data is allegedly far more alarming than anything released publicly. Their models predict catastrophic changes decades ahead of public scientific estimates. Why suppress this information? Because their data also reveals that climate change isn't entirely natural. It suggests human interference that goes beyond greenhouse gases, interventions in weather patterns that implicate government and corporate weather modification programs. Secret number 20. Papal banking scandals. The Vatican Bank, officially known as the Institute for the Works of Religion, has been involved in money laundering scandals for decades. But the full extent of their financial corruption is staggering. Internal documents reveal the bank has processed billions in illegal transactions, funded terrorist organizations, and served as a financial haven for dictators and war criminals. Recent investigations were suddenly terminated when key witnesses died under mysterious circumstances. Secret number 21. The Congregation's modern exorcisms. The Catholic Church performs more exorcisms today than at any point in modern history. Their files contain video recordings, medical evaluations, and detailed documentation of cases that would terrify the general public. Recent cases involve individuals speaking dead languages fluently, predicting future events with uncanny accuracy, and displaying knowledge of classified government information. These aren't medieval superstitions. They're modern phenomena that challenge our understanding of consciousness and reality. Secret number 23. The Vatican supercomputer network beneath Vatican City runs one of the world's most powerful computer networks. This system doesn't just manage church administration. It runs complex predictive models analyzing global social, political, and economic trends. These models allegedly predict future events with remarkable accuracy, giving the Vatican advanced knowledge of wars, economic collapses, and social upheavals. Such foreknowledge would provide enormous power over global affairs. Secret number 24. Genetic research on sacred relics. The Vatican possesses hundreds of relics supposedly containing genetic material from saints, Jesus, and other religious figures. Advanced genetic analysis of these materials has yielded shocking results. Some samples contain genetic markers that don't match any known human populations. Others show genetic sequences that appear artificially modified using techniques that shouldn't have existed in ancient times. These findings raise profound questions about human origins and divine intervention. The Vatican's archaeological collections include artifacts from civilizations that supposedly never existed. These items suggest human history is far more complex and mysterious than mainstream archaeology admits. Secret number 25. Atlantis documentation. Renaissance-era Vatican explorers collected detailed maps and accounts describing a great civilization that sank beneath the Atlantic Ocean. These documents, much older than Plato's writings, provide specific geographical coordinates and technological descriptions. The Vatican allegedly funded multiple expeditions to these coordinates and recovered artifacts that prove an advanced civilization once existed where the documents claimed. These findings would rewrite human history, but they remain locked away from public scrutiny. Secret number 26. Giant skeleton collections. Throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries, the Vatican collected skeletal remains of humans standing 8 to 12 feet tall. These giants were discovered across multiple continents, suggesting a widespread race of enormous humans once inhabited Earth. Mainstream archaeology dismisses such claims, but Vatican records detail dozens of excavations and carefully preserved specimens. Why hide evidence of human giants? Perhaps because their existence would validate certain biblical accounts that the Church now considers metaphorical. Secret number 27. Ancient technology artifacts. The Vatican's collection includes mechanical devices of unknown origin that display impossible levels of sophistication for their supposed age. These include precisely machined metal components, complex gear systems, and electronic circuits found in archaeological contexts thousands of years old. Analysis of these artifacts suggests ancient civilizations possess technology that rivals or exceeds our current capabilities. Such discoveries would force us to completely reconsider human technological development and our place in history. At the heart of Vatican secrecy lie mysteries that touch on the divine itself. These secrets involve phenomena that challenge both scientific materialism and religious orthodoxy. Secret number 28. The blood of Christ analysis. The Vatican has conducted extensive scientific analysis on numerous samples allegedly containing the blood of Jesus Christ. The results of these tests have never been released, but leaked reports suggest the samples contain genetic anomalies that can't be explained by current science. Some sources claim the blood samples show genetic markers indicating a non-human origin, while others suggest the presence of unknown proteins that could have healing properties. Either way, the Church clearly considers the results too sensitive for public knowledge. Secret number 29. Marian apparition audio recordings. The Vatican has secretly recorded audio during several apparitions of the Virgin Mary since the 1950s. These recordings allegedly capture voices speaking in languages that don't exist on Earth, conveying information about future events and cosmic truths. Analysis of these recordings reveals acoustic properties that shouldn't be possible for human vocal cords to produce. The content of these messages remains classified, but sources suggest they contain warnings about humanity's future that the Church believes would cause global panic. Secret number 30. The sacred geometry calculations. Vatican mathematicians have discovered that many sacred sites worldwide are positioned according to precise geometric patterns that encode mathematical constants unknown to the civilizations that built them. These patterns suggest an intelligence guided the placement of temples, churches, and sacred monuments across thousands of years and multiple cultures. The mathematical precision is so exact that it couldn't be coincidental. Yet it demonstrates knowledge that ancient peoples supposedly didn't possess. The Vatican's political involvement has occasionally turned deadly. Their archives contain evidence of church involvement in political assassinations and coups throughout history, including some that would shock the modern world. Secret number 31. The real story behind Pope John Paul I's death. Pope John Paul I died after just 33 days in office in 1978. The official cause was heart attack, but evidence suggests he was murdered to prevent him from exposing massive financial corruption within the Vatican. John Paul I had discovered that Vatican funds were being used to support right-wing death squads in Latin America. He planned to fire several high-ranking officials and expose the Church's involvement in political violence. His death ensured these plans never came to fruition. Secret number 32, Operation Gladio documents. The Vatican played a crucial role in NATO's secret Operation Gladio, a Cold War program that established stay-behind armies across Europe. Church networks provided cover for these operations, and Vatican funds supported the training of operatives. When some Gladio units turned to terrorism against civilian populations, the Vatican helped cover up church involvement. Documents detailing this cooperation remain classified, protecting both the church and government officials from prosecution. Secret number 33, the Banco Nacional Ultramarino affair. In the 1990s, the Vatican Bank was discovered processing payments for arms dealers supplying weapons to conflict zones across Africa. When investigators got too close to exposing the full network, several key witnesses died in apparent accidents. The investigation was suddenly terminated, and all evidence was sealed in Vatican archives. The arms dealing allegedly continued through different channels, funding conflicts that killed hundreds of thousands of civilians. The Vatican has funded archaeological expeditions worldwide, not to advance human knowledge, but to suppress discoveries that contradict church doctrine or reveal inconvenient truths about human history. Secret number 34. The Jerusalem excavations beneath modern Jerusalem. Vatican-funded excavations have uncovered evidence that challenges the traditional narrative of Jesus' life and death. Archaeological layers suggest the crucifixion occurred at a different time and place than biblical accounts describe. More disturbing, excavations have revealed evidence of multiple crucifixions at the supposed site of Golgotha, suggesting crucifixion was used regularly for decades. This discovery complicates claims about the uniqueness of Christ's sacrifice. Secret number 35, the Mayan Codex collection. When Spanish conquistadors destroyed Mayan libraries in the 16th century, they secretly preserved hundreds of codices for the Vatican. These documents contain mathematical and astronomical knowledge that exceeded European understanding at the time. The codices describe cycles of human civilization, cosmic events, and technological achievements that shouldn't have been possible for pre-Columbian peoples. Their preservation suggests the Church recognized their value, but their content was deemed too dangerous for public knowledge. Secret number 36, Egyptian magic papyri. The Vatican possesses a complete collection of ancient Egyptian magical papyri, containing detailed instructions for summoning entities, manipulating matter, and achieving states of consciousness unknown to modern psychology. These texts describe procedures that bridge the gap between magic and science, suggesting ancient Egyptians possessed practical knowledge about manipulating reality through consciousness. The Church studies these texts while ensuring their contents never reach public awareness. Throughout history, the Vatican has suppressed medical knowledge that could have saved millions of lives. Some of this knowledge challenges church doctrine about suffering and divine will, while other suppressed treatments would have reduced the Church's influence over desperate populations. Secret number 37, medieval pandemic cures during the Black Death. Certain monastic orders developed effective treatments that dramatically reduced mortality rates in their communities. These treatments, involving herbal compounds and specific dietary protocols, were kept secret to maintain the Church's explanation that the plague was divine punishment. Modern analysis of monastery records reveals cure rates that exceeded 80% in some communities, while the general population suffered mortality rates above 60%. These treatments could have saved millions of lives, but were suppressed to maintain theological explanations for suffering. Secret 38. Mental illness, spiritual cures. Vatican exorcists have documented spiritual healing techniques that successfully treat conditions modern medicine classifies as mental illness. These methods, involving specific prayers, dietary changes, and environmental modifications, show remarkable success rates. The Church suppresses this information to avoid challenging the medical establishment while maintaining their monopoly on spiritual healing. Millions suffer from conditions that might be treatable through these traditional methods. Secret 39. The Lourdes Water Analysis. Scientific analysis of water from Lourdes reveals unusual molecular structures and energy properties that can't be replicated artificially. The Vatican has conducted extensive research on these properties, but refuses to share their findings with the scientific community. Laboratory tests suggest the water retains information about the people who interact with it, displaying properties consistent with quantum information storage. Such discoveries could revolutionize both medicine and physics. The Vatican's astronomical research has uncovered cosmic phenomena that challenge our understanding of the universe and humanity's place within it. Secret number 40. The Lucifer Telescope Discoveries. The Vatican's Advanced Telescope, controversially named Lucifer, has made discoveries about our solar system that remain classified. These observations suggest our solar system is far from typical and may have been artificially modified. Specific discoveries include evidence of ancient artificial structures on Mars, unusual orbital patterns suggesting gravitational manipulation, and radio signals from within our solar system that follow intelligent patterns. Such findings would fundamentally change humanity's understanding of our cosmic neighborhood. Secret number 41. The Alien Contact Protocols. The Vatican has developed detailed protocols for handling contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. These protocols, updated regularly, suggest the Church expects such contact to occur and wants to control how humanity responds. The protocols include procedures for theological interpretation of alien intelligence, methods for maintaining Church authority during disclosure, and contingency plans for various contact scenarios. The existence of such detailed planning suggests the Vatican knows more about extraterrestrial presence than they publicly admit. Secret number 42. The Cosmic Background Radiation Anomalies. Vatican astronomers have identified patterns in cosmic background radiation that suggest our universe may be artificially created or modified. These patterns encode mathematical constants and geometric relationships that appear designed rather than natural. Such discoveries would support religious concepts about divine creation while challenging materialist cosmology. The Church apparently considers these findings too dangerous to release, as they could spark conflicts between science and various religious traditions. The final category of Vatican secrets involves the mechanisms of power itself, how the Church maintains control, influences global events, and ensures its own survival, regardless of changing circumstances. Secret number 43. The Jesuit Intelligence Network. The Society of Jesus operates the world's most sophisticated intelligence network, with operatives embedded in governments, corporations, and educational institutions worldwide. This network rivals national intelligence agencies in scope and capability. Jesuit operatives don't just gather information. They actively influence policy, manipulate markets, and shape public opinion. Their goal isn't necessarily advancing Catholic doctrine, but ensuring the Church's continued global influence, regardless of political or social changes. Secret number 44. The Vatican's weather modification research. The Church has secretly funded weather modification research since the 1960s developing technologies capable of influencing rainfall, temperature, and storm patterns. These capabilities give them extraordinary power over agricultural regions and developing nations. Drought or flood can determine the fate of entire populations, and the ability to control weather represents ultimate power over human civilization. The Vatican's weather modification capabilities remain highly classified, but their influence on global food security may be far greater than anyone realizes. Secret number 45. Mind control technology. Vatican-funded research into consciousness manipulation has produced technologies capable of influencing human behavior on a mass scale. These systems, combining electromagnetic frequency transmission with psychological techniques, can subtly alter mood, behavior, and decision-making. Such technology could be used to prevent violence, reduce addiction, or promote social cooperation. But it could also enable unprecedented population control and manipulation. The Church maintains strict secrecy around these capabilities while continuing development. The final 5 secrets represent the most closely guarded information in Vatican history. These revelations would fundamentally change humanity's understanding of reality itself. Secret number 46. The true age of humanity. Vatican archaeologists have discovered evidence that human civilization is far older than mainstream science admits. Carbon dating of artifacts in their collection suggests advanced human societies existed over 50,000 years ago. These findings indicate that human development hasn't been linear progression, but rather cycles of advancement and collapse. Previous civilizations may have achieved technological and spiritual development that equals or exceeds our current level. Secret number 47. The dimensional gateway research. Since the 1950s, the Vatican has funded research into dimensional physics and the possibility of accessing parallel realities. Their experiments have allegedly achieved limited success in opening doorways to other dimensions. Contact with entities from these parallel realms has provided information about alternate versions of human history and possible futures. This research continues in absolute secrecy, as the implications for theology, physics, and human understanding would be revolutionary. Secret number 48. The Consciousness Preservation Project. The Vatican has developed technology capable of preserving human consciousness after death. This isn't theoretical research. They've successfully maintained the awareness of deceased individuals in electronic systems for extended periods. Such technology validates religious concepts about soul survival, while raising profound questions about the nature of consciousness, identity, and eternal life. The ethical implications are staggering, and the Church keeps this research classified while continuing development. Secret number 49. The Global Reset Protocol. Perhaps most shocking of all, the Vatican possesses detailed plans for restructuring human civilization following a major catastrophe. These plans, called the Global Reset Protocol, outline how the Church would assume leadership of surviving populations. The protocol includes contingencies for nuclear war, pandemic collapse, environmental catastrophe, and even extraterrestrial invasion. It describes methods for maintaining social order, preserving essential knowledge, and rebuilding civilization according to Catholic principles. Secret number 50. The Final Prophecy. Hidden deeper than any other secret is a prophecy that allegedly predicts the exact date when current human civilization will end and a new phase of existence will begin. This prophecy, supposedly received through mystical revelation, provides specific information about humanity's next evolutionary step. The date is apparently within our lifetime, and the prophecy describes events that will fundamentally transform human consciousness and our relationship with reality itself. The Vatican keeps this information secret to prevent panic, but also to ensure they remain in control when these predicted changes occur. As we reach the end of our journey through these 50 forbidden secrets, one truth becomes clear. The Vatican isn't just guarding historical information. They're protecting knowledge that could transform human civilization itself. Whether these secrets involve ancient wisdom, advanced technology, or divine revelation, their suppression serves the same purpose: maintaining current power structures while controlling the pace of human development. But perhaps the most unsettling realization is this: if the Vatican guards 50 major secrets, how many more remain undiscovered? How much of human history, scientific knowledge, and spiritual truth remains locked away from those who need it most? The walls of Vatican City have protected more than just papal authority. They've preserved mysteries that challenge our understanding of reality itself. As we move forward into an uncertain future, these secrets may hold keys to humanity's survival and evolution. The question isn't whether these secrets should be revealed. The question is whether humanity is ready for the truth about our past, our potential, and our destiny among the stars. Some knowledge changes everything, and perhaps that's exactly what the world needs right now. What do you think? Are there truths too dangerous for humanity to know? Or do we deserve to understand the full scope of our reality, regardless of the consequences? The secrets remain locked away, but the truth has a way of emerging when the time is right. Until then, we can only wonder what other revelations await discovery in the deepest vaults beneath St. Peter's Basilica. The Vatican's secrets may be forbidden, but our curiosity about them is eternal, and that, perhaps, is exactly as it should be. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you found these revelations as fascinating as we did, consider exploring our other investigations into the world's greatest mysteries. The truth is out there, waiting to be discovered.